Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Tiny Town, and welcome back, of course, to Cities Skylines 2. Look at this, there's been a crime at the Dobelbok, or however that is pronounced. I don't care. Alright, what were we gonna do? We were going to think about moving industry. Oh, right, that's what we were thinking of doing. Circle City 4, basically, at this point. I think if I just pick anywhere and I just go 90 degrees across, that's just going to go across, right? So because this is Tiny Town, we can probably just go... First of all, it's not 90 degrees, is it? Let's take the small road. And is that 90 degrees here just because it's 90 degrees there? Is that how this works? If I go 90 degrees, is that always 90 degrees? Because if I come out here, this isn't going to be 90 degrees, is it? Oh, yes, it is.
This is an emergency broadcast.
Quiet you. There is no emergency right now. Alright, let's bring it out 10. Ah, you know what? First of all, there's a couple things bothering me here. Number one, I can't build on all of this. Why? I thought I fixed this. Oh, did I just break it by putting in that road? Oh my gosh, don't tell me. It literally just broke this. That's okay, because I think I can just do this. Oh, is that already a 6-lane road? Oh no. Oh no, he's making it worse. I might have to redo the road. I'm gonna have to redo the road. I've done it now. Let's see if we can fix this. Let's see if we can make this work this time. There's no telling that's the center. In fact, there's no way that's the center. What have I done? Okay, you know what? We're gonna redraw this circle. This isn't a big deal, let's be honest here. I'm gonna start off with the 2-lane road, just for this part. Might even keep it 2 lanes, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We will be getting rid of the crossbar, eventually. So we don't have a way to draw a center cross, and that's okay. We don't need one, or we shouldn't need one. So can I upgrade this road now, or am I going to lose the zoning if I do it? Let's see. It's looking like it's going to work. And if I get rid of this, do I lose the zoning? And if I get rid of this and this? I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I just said I didn't want to do. This guy is an idiot. This guy doesn't know what he's doing in this game. Is that the middle? Guess we're just going to hope. Alright, let's stop being dumb. 10 units, 10 units. That's probably way too much. Looks like a circle to me. But I think it's too spread out. So let's try this. Hello? Why is it doing that now? Oh, I've got the wrong tool. Let's do 8. Oh my gosh, come on. I do know what I'm doing. I promise. I promise I know. I promise I know what I'm doing when it comes to making a circle. I promise I've done this before. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. So the other thing that we need to do is just tidy up the inside. Oh, look at that jello wiggle. I'll probably get rid of this Hamilton Street now. And we'll slice this up however we feel like it, honestly. 8 seems to be the magic distance here. And then we might just get rid of the zoning along these little crossroads here, just so that we don't have to deal with the weird, bigger building zoning. Yeah, that's much nicer. It's temporary, because I don't even know if we're going to be keeping those roads. This is also going to leave a little bit of a backyard for some of these here. But we need to figure out how we're going to get this connected. Maybe we just draw the circle a little bit bigger first, and then we worry about that. Let's go to the time lapse. Prepping this tiny circle city. Alright, that'll do for now. Zoning this is going to be an adventure. So we already have highway somewhere, don't we? Where's that highway? Oh, not up here. Actually, yes we do. comes here. Let me see then. What can we do about this? We can probably have highway coming out of that. Alright. And then what we'll do, this is probably better than any highway we've ever had in any kind of circle city. But now what we can do is we can build little off-ramps. So we can say you get off here. You go there. Maybe there's one that gets you off here. And then also we would have ways to get back on. Beautiful. We'll work with that for now. If we need to, maybe we'll figure out one more. But for now, I want to start setting up our tiny waterfront here, and I want to use tiny high-density buildings downtown, which is probably going to be a problem because it looks like there's no demand for it right now. So maybe what we need to do is get a little bit of tiny offices in there too. Maybe this will help create jobs here. People might want to work here. We're going to need some small parks out here as well. Possible that just creating some business, some jobs out here might encourage people to move on out. It's probably going to have to be low density if it's underneath the highway. Might not even work. The highway might be too low. I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze anything underneath there. Oh, we're having... Yeah, of course. This is silly of me. We're going to need to run some pipes out here at least. And then for power, we'll probably just run lights through the highways. In theory, that should have worked. And it looks like it has. It looks like water is... It is working, so I don't know why these guys are complaining. Guess we'll put in a tiny little water tower. Oh, I've been on mute explaining this water crisis. Oh no. I don't know what the cause was, but that's okay. We got a little bit of a time lapse there. I'm sure you saw me build things. Good times. Do we even have any demand for college? Not really. In fact, we're over capacity here. I think I'm going to put some tiny residential low density and just tuck it over here for now. Or do we have anywhere better to tuck tiny? We could keep working on the tiny waterfront residential district, but I do think that the outskirts of Tiny Circle City will be tiny low-density houses. The reason I left this big gap as well, not just for big buildings, but I thought maybe we could put some farmland out here too if we needed to, but I don't think we will. Or any other large industry. Large, tiny industry. I guess we could always go in there with alleys and fill in our low-density houses that way. It would work. I'm just doing this to create population out here. More than anything, really. Things aren't great over here. You wouldn't really want to live all the way out here by yourself. Now what we could do is maybe get rid of some housing elsewhere to try and force that high density and get rid of some of it over here, maybe, by the waterfront. Maybe the stuff by the low waterfront, because it makes it difficult to put taller buildings behind it. The ones on top are fine. I'm not going to mess with those. But we'll see if that helps at all with creating literally any demand. If not, then it just means people are just coming out here to work from the main city. And I think there's nothing wrong with that as well. We might do 3x3s. I know that they're going to be a little bit bigger, but I just want to break things up a little bit. That's a 2x3. Maybe that's okay. What does a 3x3 look like? Can we get a 3x3? I think I'm going to... Unless this is something. I think I'm okay with 2x3s, just to break up a little bit of what's going on here where all these buildings look the same. I don't think they're going to be much bigger. And then what options do we have for business? We can do the 2x3 there. Does it have a 3x3? Or a 3x2? Looks like it doesn't, so that's fine too. Maybe we'll try that as well. Yeah, see, that gives us a little bit of variety. The buildings are still tiny. It just has plaza space even. If anything, the building's smaller. If anything, that building is actually smaller. That's so weird how that's worked out. So, in this downtown area, we might experience with some 3x2s. And we might even do that with, let's see, can we do a 3x3 here? Yes. Can we do a 3x2? Yes. Can we do a 2x3? Yes. Let's see what these look like, because these are still small. They're medium density as well, so they should be small. And the real issue here is just a lack of variety. Well, those are probably going to be all EU, so we need to see, or sorry, those are going to be all NA. So we need to see what the EU versions look like of these as well. The real issue here is just a lack of variety in the base game. I'm sure we'll get new custom assets once modding allows for it, but for now, this is what we have. And we'll just deal with it, because we don't have a choice. So we'll wait for those to come in. Could even possibly turn up the sim speed a little bit higher. Yeah, I think I can call that tiny still, although it is a little bit bigger. I don't know, we might be stretching the definition a little bit. We'll see. We'll think about it. These two are basically identical, except one has a backyard and the other one doesn't. These are basically identical, except for one has a front plaza and the other one doesn't. So that's interesting. These are actually unique, the ones that are longer. Maybe we do that. Maybe we introduce those. Those might actually be the same as these, just with a backyard or a back patio or a back plaza or something. So yeah, we'll have to think about this, because we don't want to take away from the spirit of Tiny Town. But for offices, I mean, there's only one building. We have to do something. And it's a smaller building, so I'm almost more okay with that. I don't know what these end up looking like. Is that one of them? So it only comes in one size, right? So that one's NA, and then this one will be EU. What about the mixed? So those ones are EU, and then these ones will be NA. So it looks like this 3x3 doesn't even exist. So that might be okay, we'll see. 3 wide, 2 long. And at this point, we're really experimenting here. We're really pushing the boundaries of Tiny Town and what makes it tiny. So it looks like it's taxes that are one of the biggest issues here with high density residential demand. Are we in a position where we can reduce taxes? We can tax the businesses a little bit harder. So that might help. We'll wait and see. Something's getting built. Oh, that is some high-density residential coming in. That's good news. We'll see how those buildings merge or meld or vibe or whatever word makes sense in this context with the rest of the downtown area. Oh, I can fit a building in there. Nothing will grow there, that's okay. This is a good way to see what can grow underneath the highways. Looks like nothing, though. Okay, I think I like this. They do all look very similar, though. It does create a bit of a wall. There's a cool waterfront, though. There's a tree. There might be a few other trees in here. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a whole park down here. Maybe we'll try to get rid of them someday. How busy things are already getting down here. Cars. Lots of cars. Come on down. Come on downtown. The issue here is that they have only one way through. But that's an easy remedied solution just by putting in another road. Again, we can get rid of some of these too if we really wanted to. Move things around. Try to get rid of the pizza slices by just having weird, differently shaped sectors. Might help. I don't expect traffic to be a real issue though in Tiny Town. Ever, to be honest. Oh, those can't actually be built there. Oh, now they can. Look at that. I almost want to experiment a little bit with these. Is there a 3x3? There is. Is there a 2x3? I guess we won't know for a while because there's no more demand. Oh, it looks like there is. What about the other style? That kind of a 3x2. Okay, we'll just have to wait and see. Oh yeah, okay. So we might get a little bit of high-density residential variety by allowing some slightly different sizes here, which I think is good if we want to try to eliminate some of this weird wall where everything's all at one height. Look at all those things in the background. That's pretty cool. We'll have to see what these buildings end up looking like. But odds are that we're going to want to get rid of some of those and do something like that instead. Maybe that'll be interesting. I'm okay with trying to bring a little bit of variety here. It's a tiny circle city. Look at this little place. It's already better than the real circle city, isn't it? It's got a big lake in the middle. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love a tiny circle city? What can we do with the waterfront? I guess we could put in... we could put in boats. We could put in a little harbor. I don't know how big that is. We can just have a little trip across the pond here. I don't think that's necessary. If anything, I think that might be ridiculous. But also kind of funny. But also absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. Yeah, you know what? I like this. I like how these are coming in. I'm gonna get rid of some of these medium density structures as well. I'm sorry, you were just put in there because we were having issues getting anything to spawn. Yeah, that should be nice. That should create a little bit more variety while still feeling tiny. People should still be okay with that rent. And then I do think that we can experiment a bit with these medium density houses. Why not? They're still small. They're still half the possible size that they could be. Uh-oh, we've got crime. The police are here though, so don't worry. I'm in the water. Get me out of here. Does it still feel tiny? I don't know. I don't want to lose the charm of Tiny Town. But this is like a downtown core as well, so it's going to be a little bit busier than the rest of Tiny Town. Also, having a core means that we can focus on putting the biggest of the tiny buildings here. And to really keep the rest of Tiny Town rustic and small, especially as we approach out in the farmland. And we still need to make a tiny walking city at some point too. Oh gosh, I see a tornado in the distance. That's way in the distance. Nothing to worry about. Can you see this place from the original Tiny Town, I wonder? Uh-oh. Well, that's an accident. Oh my gosh, there's an accident over here. How'd you even get all the way over here? At skate park. Trouble. So currently, no, you can't see Tiny Circle City from here. At least not until we have the biggest tiny buildings, which is probably going to take a while. I'm talking about things like the Watanabe Tower, the Century Castle, and Colossal Tower. These are things that we will probably eventually want to put out here. Should we have a crematorium down here in Tiny Town? Probably. You know what? Put it right here. This is somewhere for the people that live there to work. It's a weird intersection with a line in the middle of it, but okay. We should also let people get off and on with both sides as well. So this is an off-ramp. We should have a way to get back onto this street as well. Other way. And then same idea, you should be able to get off of this. But also over here, I think we should be able to let people get on. There we go. Oh no, there's a car accident. What happened here? Did somebody fall? Oh, he's fine. Watched him fly back up onto the road. He's okay. Don't worry about him. Everything here is okay. You know what? This tiny downtown's starting to look good. It's funny, the shapes that are actually available to us. Is there a long one like that? No, it's just two. I was just curious to see what would happen if I tried to make that happen. Where does this highway even come from? Oh, all the way out here. Oh, it's the main highway, isn't it? Sort of. It turns into a normal road for a little bit and then turns back into a highway over here. I wonder why. Oh, because they're taking the one-way street and then that's the quickest way over. I might turn this one into highway. Would I turn it into two-way highway? I might. I don't know. I have to think about it. There are a lot of hearse emergencies here. Hopefully that lets more of them get out there and do their job. Now, do they find a way to the highway? Oh my gosh, they're gonna have to go quite a ways away to get onto the highway. Unless we put a road somewhere for these people to cut through. Yeah, we'll give them one. That'll hopefully take some pressure off of some of these garbage trucks as well. Tiny town is at 15,000 people. To be fair, this is a pretty condensed down core now. There we go, fill in a little bit of the area near the high school there with some medium density. That should help us out a little bit. It does look like a tiny little circle city. It's got a huge lake in the middle. We probably could have made it smaller, but I think this is better. We also appear to have some sort of an issue. What is this? Water level too low. Oh. Oh, maybe that's what happened to all of our water. Oh, why is it so low? Uh-oh. Are we draining? Are we draining the river? Oh no, maybe we are. Are we taking too much water? I'm gonna move this to... Oh, geez, I don't even know where. I think this is clean now. It's a little dirt road. Maybe we need to move some of these too. I think we might be just pumping way too much water from there. We're draining the... we're draining the waterfront area here. I didn't even notice. Look at this. This used to be underwater. What have we done? What have we done to the tiny waterfront? It's now the tiny dry front. So the water, I think, spawns here and then just flows away. And because these are sucking it up, and the river moves so quickly here, it's just gone. We're just taking it. I'm gonna move these just to let that water flow again, hopefully. I guess we just wait and we see what happens. If we really need to, I think I can create a new water source, but for now, the tiny waterfront is looking pretty dry. Hopefully we didn't cover up a water source block or something at some point, because I'd be a little bit afraid of creating a new one too. We could also create a dam. We could put a dam here. Let's see. We can't, but we could. We could make a tiny dam. A tiny hydroelectric power plant. Now we're playing Timberborn. So what height would I want it? Like up here? Invalid shape? Not enough money? Oh my gosh, they're so expensive. Alright, we'll add that to the list of things to think about, but for now, the waterfront is evolving. Things are changing. The new waterfront is up here. This is the only waterfront. Is this gonna flood? Is this gonna overflow? Does it feel like it's getting higher? That's hard to tell. I'm sure it's fine. The downfall of Tiny Town, the hubris of making larger than tiny buildings, is possibly what's coming back for us. We'll see. Oh, look at this. These are filling in nicely. I do like that this is like a quiet little... You don't even know that this is here. If you were down here, even if you were at the waterfront, even if you were here, you have no idea. You have to be pretty high up before you even notice. You'd see some of those structures over there first, probably, from the mines. Oh, maybe not. Maybe you'd see some of those buildings as you climb this hill. Oh no. That's why we had that major water issue, too. That was that water pump being unable to get water. Oh no. Oh, I can see the water source that does exist using this mod. So this is a stream, constant or variable rate water source, which emits water depending on the settings for this mod. Well, I don't know what that means. Seasonal streams disabled. The flow rate will be constant. We might not have seasonal streams, or we might have seasonal streams, so the flow rate might vary with season, precipitation, and snowmelt. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe Tiny Town is experiencing a dry season because it is the summer. So I'm not going to touch anything, because I'm going to wait and see what happens. Can we see what kind of water source this is? This is a brown one. This is a lake constant level water source. That's cool. Any other cool water sources that we can look at? No? I assume the big green one is seaboard or water source or something. Controls water flowing into or out of the border with waves and tides disabled. Oh jeez, I don't even know what so much of this means within the context of this game. What is this green thing? This is also a tiny little... No, it's not. Is it brown? It's a little brown. Oh my gosh, I can actually see its elevation and everything. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, let's stop messing with things. I hope that mod didn't break this water and that this is just how this water is now. And it's going to fix itself. I guess we'll find out. I didn't change anything here. I also haven't seen this with anything else, so I don't think it's this mod. I would have experienced this elsewhere. I don't believe this mod changed any existing water sources. Maybe we should get a little bit more industrial down here. What do the other sizes of industrial look like? Since we're already experimenting a little bit. That's the biggest I'm willing to go, 3x3. And then, do we have any places with residential demand and no residential in place? I don't think we do. The waterfront's got a lot of residential. Well, a lot of customers, specifically. Yeah, these still feel tiny. This is still tiny. But you know what? This is going to let us break up some of the... This is the same as the small building. It just has a parking lot. Or a smaller or a bigger parking lot? Bigger parking lot. With what would appear to be some sort of loading zone. And with a really cool concrete floor. I don't know why, but I really like that. Meaty bits. Yeah, I think this brings some variety to Tiny Town, which is otherwise going to look pretty bland until modded assets become existing, which might be, who knows how far away. Who knows when this video goes out, how far away that is. There hasn't been any announcement of it being anytime soon. I think mods have been announced to be sometime in March, and that's the best, closest thing we have to an announcement. Yeah, if we need to put in a road here, maybe. In fact, it doesn't hurt us to do it now. Alright, this is good progress. If you're enjoying this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a like on this video down below. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about Tiny Circle City and the decision to increase what we consider to be tiny buildings. I think it's a good change. I think it's going to bring some variety and some flavor. Look at this, an industrial building that actually has something on it that isn't just an HVAC system and isn't just a silo by itself or a pile of nothing, pile of dirt. Anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know what yours is. If you've really enjoyed this and you like Cities Skylines 2 and other simulation and city building content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications. Why not? And hopefully I'll see you here again soon for another video. But for now, it's time for me to go. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.